Hi students, this is AJ sir. Let's study 9th standard ICSE Math exercise 1B. Now question 2 is simplify. It seems to be very complicated, but on closer inspection we see that there is a division sign here. So what do we do when two fractions have to be divided? We use multiplication with the reciprocal of the second fraction. So here, that's the first step we will do, multiply with the reciprocal. Now, if you look at the numerators, it becomes a minus b and a plus b. Even the denominator is a minus b and a plus b. So we can use a formula here, a squared minus b squared, and even in denominator, a squared minus b squared. Here the root sign and the square sign go away, so we are left with this, and even here the square root sign goes away because of the square, but don't forget the brackets because the sign will change inside. Now here y square and y square gone, and here x squared and x squared gone, so we are left with the answer x squared upon y squared. Now in question 3 they've asked us to evaluate this. They've given the value of root 5 and root 10. So we can see that the denominator is irrational. So we'll start with rationalizing the denominator. But don't directly find the conjugate of this. Let's try to simplify root 20 first of all. You see, root 20 is actually 4 into 5. So root 4 is 2. So 2 comes out. So it's root 20 is nothing but 2 root 5. This is called the prime factorization method. And now we'll find the conjugate, plus sign here as well as here. We won't open the brackets in the numerator. We won't do distributive multiplication because I get the feeling that the 5 will get cut with the number in the denominator. The denominator becomes a squared minus b squared, the formula. So it becomes rational. The denominator becomes rational, which was our aim. And then 5 gets cut. We are left with this upon 2. Now we can substitute the value of root 5 and root 10 as given in the question, solve further, and we get the final answer as 3.8. Now question 7 is draw a line segment of length root 8 centimeter. If we check the Pythagorean property, we see that if we have the base and the height as 2 centimeters in a right angle triangle, then by using the Pythagorean theorem, we will discover that the hypotenuse is square root of 8. So now using this, we can plot it on the number line. Use ruler and pencil, although I'm using the pen. Use proper measurements, which I am not, to save time on this video. 0, 1, 2. Square root of 9 is 3. So square root of 8 will definitely be less than 3. It will be somewhere between 2 and 3. And take the height as 2 centimeters with perfect measurements. So we've got base of 2 centimeters and height of 2 centimeters. And that's the hypotenuse by Pythagoras theorem. This hypotenuse length will be square root of 8. Now when you draw this height, make sure it's perpendicular. So you have to use your compass to draw perpendicular on 2. And then using the compass, you can simply draw an arc to cut it. It will cut before 3, not exactly at 3. And that point will be square root of 8. So that's how you do this sum. Now in question 9.1, they have given the value of x and they've asked us to find the value of x cube plus 1 upon x cube. So first, from the value of x, let's find the value of 1 upon x. That is, reciprocal it, rationalize the denominator. The denominator disappears because 2 squared is 4 and root 3 squared is 3. 4 minus 3 is 1. Now find x plus 1 upon x, add these two values, we get the value as 4. Now looking at the question, it seems we should cube both the sides, because by cubing both the sides and using the formula of a plus b the whole cube, which is a cube plus b cube plus 3ab, a plus b is equal to 64. Here x and 1 upon x, they get cut, and we know the value of this bracket, that is 4. So substitute that. So finally we get what is required. In question 10.2, we have to show that the value of x will be irrational. Now the hint here is that we have 3 decimal places. If there were 2 decimal places or 4 decimal places, then likely it could have been rational. Now let's solve this and get the value of x, which would clearly be irrational. Since there is a square, the first thing we'll do is send it to the other side. It will become square root. Convert the decimals into a fraction. The numerator is a perfect square, so that becomes 3. The denominator is not a perfect square. Let's do prime factorization, although I have just used the values 10 to factorize it, because I can see 2 10s can come out of the umbrella. So what I'm left with is 10 root 10. Let's rationalize the denominator, and even after doing that, we are left with 3 upon 100 into root 10. So root 10 is irrational. That means this whole number, that is x, is also irrational. In 11.3, we have to solve, get the value of x, and prove that it is a rational number. So we'll convert the mixed fraction into an improper fraction. Square will become square root. Find the answers. Yes, plus and minus is required in algebra. We see that this is a rational number, hence x is as well.